Hi guys, welcome back to my channel if you are an OG, and thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to anyone who is new. If you are new, my name is Zanele Glegiswa and I'm a registered South African nurse. I'm here to document my life as a South African nurse. If that is the type of content you would enjoy, please do hit the subscribe button and join the Nurse This channel. So I totally cannot believe that I'm already sitting here and filming this particular video. This is a video that I had said to myself, I'm gonna shoot it 2 weeks into March. That would have been almost 2 months at my new job. I finally wanted to sit down and open up and speak to you about why I left my previous job. So yeah, let me not ramble, let's get on the video. All right, so I resigned last year. The last 2 weeks of the year I submitted my resignation letter. I was working for Department of Health, the public sector. It has been a job that I was in for 5 years. I completed in school in 2016 for those who are new, and actually I completed in 2015, started working in 2016, and I was working for this particular Department of Health that I've been working for literally ever since 2016, which is actually the same Department of Health that paid for my bursary studies. And I don't think the reason I stayed 5 years it's because of the contract that I signed. I really don't think it's because of that. I stayed for 5 years because that's something that I wanted to do. So the contract that I signed when I was awarded a bursary was that you work for the particular department or the province that took you to school for 5 years, and it's actually 4 years, but the other year it's for internship and they don't count that particular year. So yeah, it was like you have to work for 5 years. If you decide to terminate it, then you have to pay them back the money that they used to take you to school with, like your tuition expenses and stuff like that. But I don't think that is the reason I worked for DOH for 5 years. Yeah, I worked for DOH for 5 years. It was a fulfilling journey for me, I'm not gonna lie, and I am very appreciative. I am honestly who I am and what I am because of Department of Health, Northwest Department of Health in particular. From them taking me to school, to them giving me a job straight after school, and to them developing me into these areas of expertise that I have right now. The knowledge that I have, it is because of them. The certificates that I have, some of the certificates that I have, it is because of them. The experience and stuff. You guys know I discovered my passion, which is HIV, through working on Department of Health premises, and yeah, so I'm really grateful. I'm not gonna sit here and bash them, as much as nurses are underpaid in South Africa, but I'm not gonna sit here and bash DOH. But I am here to share my reasons why I left my job. The number one reason that made me to leave, it was because I had felt like I was hitting the ceiling. Have you ever tried, oh well, not really, nobody has ever tried flying, but I felt like I was a bird and I was trying to fly and I was just hitting the ceiling. In my head I have this imagination of being a baby bird, you know. When you learn how to fly, you probably start flying to this height, and further, the more you practice, the further you are able to reach certain heights. And I had reached the height where Department of Health could not allow me to go beyond it anymore. Yeah, it just, Department of Health, I felt like where I was with DOH last year, I was really hitting the ceiling, and they couldn't contain me anymore. I felt like they couldn't contain me anymore. There are things I did and things I said to my managers just to show them how I was ready for growth and how my passion really wanted me to be doing something different from what I was doing. By the way, those who do not know, I was a registered nurse in a clinic, in a government clinic. So I was dealing mostly with chronic, meaning I was doing your hypertension, diabetic patients and HIV patients, which were the patients that I enjoyed the most compared to the rest. Yeah, because I just love HIV. I remember, I think it was last year in 2020 or 2029, yeah, 2019. Yeah, I remember in 2019, I spoke to my bosses. There's this particular program that I really, really love that is called Adolescent and Youth Friendly Services. It's AYFS. So I love that program with all my heart. I'm trained on that program. I'm also trained on Kids Alive. These are programs that are HIV related, and they are only for adolescent and youth as well as children. Like Kids Alive, it's for children. So I truly loved these two particular programs with all my heart, and I had wanted to be put on one of those programs, actually the adolescents and youth program. I had wanted to be placed on it, and unfortunately I was not placed on that program. For whatever reasons my boss had or my leaders had at that particular time, but they didn't give me the program that I really wanted. And at that time I didn't even want salary. You know, I was just telling my sister that one thing about me is that when it comes to passion and purpose, I even forget about the money. But yeah, I was not given that position. I don't know why. And I felt like what I was doing in the clinics, it was a routine. You know, every day I go to work, see the same clients, do the same thing, and there was just no challenge for me. There was nothing new. There was absolutely nothing new to look forward to each and every single day, and it bothered me. It became really worse in 2020. At the beginning of 2020, I started not enjoying myself. Even the people that I work with would tell you that my dress code said, I don't want to be here. I don't love what I'm doing, and I just want out of this place. And at some point I had thought I have lost my love for nursing. I started questioning it, but then I realized how I would sit down and create content, nursing related content, and actually see that I still have passion and love for nursing. And I realized but my work environment was what I had a problem with. I didn't have a problem with the program, the nursing program in particular, but I had a problem of where I was working. I had a problem of that environment which was limiting me, which was not giving me enough room to expand. I felt like I was just not given room to grow. That is the number one reason, which is really long, by the way. The second reason is, as much as I feel like I didn't have room to grow, financially, my salary was not doing it for me. Trust me, I had been comfortable with my salary for years, but last year I felt like I was done with earning the money that I was earning. I didn't want to earn it anymore. It frustrated me. It is an understatement, guys. Like, even fakeli nerves. My salary even fakeli nerves, and I didn't even have a lot of debt, but I was just not happy. I felt like I deserved more, you know. I felt like, no, I'm being underpaid. All these years I never felt that way. I've always known that we could be paid better as public health nurses, but it didn't hit home as much as it did last year. I was like, this is not my worth. This is totally not my worth. Okay, as much as I'm passionate about what I'm doing, but it doesn't mean ukba I must not be paid good for it, you know. I'm too good at what I do to be paid what I'm being paid. I was just not happy with my salary. I had to look for what I believed I deserved, and that's exactly what I did. I went on and looked for what I believe I deserved. And the other particular thing is, I needed change of environment in my life. I needed change of environment, and with the need of change of environment, I thought that I needed to like leave Rustenburg, because that was my aim. Actually, my aim was to relocate and go in a new city that nobody knows me, and just go and plant myself there. But those were not the plans that the Lord had for me, so hence I'm still here. yeah, I felt I needed change of the environment, not only with my workplace but my life in general. So I basically grew up in Rustenburg, even though I'm from the Eastern Cape in a Smalanyana town that is called Eliodale Xhoga. I still go home, my parents are home, my daughter is also home, but I practically grew up here because my dad was working in the mines and my mom also is from here. Came here doing grade 2, I think, and I came back and I worked here. So I also felt like I had overgrown Rustenburg, like I didn't want to be here anymore. I remember in 2019 I had wanted to move to Pretoria, and then in 2020 I outgrew the interior of the country completely. I wanted to relocate and go stay in the coast, and God said, my child, and now those are not the plans that I have for you. So I decided, but since I was not gonna be able to relocate and move, let me change the place that I'm in and make it a new environment. And I think you guys, if you've watched my videos like from previously, you would see that the setup is completely different from what it was on my previous video. And now it feels like a new environment. Like when I get in my bedroom, when I get in my filming space, it feels like indeed it is a new environment. So I needed a new environment. I felt like I was really clustered in my previous job. Oh, I had outgrown blue and white, like the nurse's uniform. I had outgrown that. I hated it. I remember very well last year when we got the uniform allowance fee, I legit took that money and went and bought an office wear. Like, I went and bought trousers, I went and bought blouses, I bought clothes that I knew I was gonna wear in an office. Mainly because I had already started manifesting the type of job that I was looking for in my head. Yo, you guys, I think I'm gonna like take you through how I got this job. Like the steps, the faith, everything that I had to put into getting the job that I'm in right now. And before I can end this video, one person can have a question to say, did I find the fulfillment that I was looking for from the time I quit my job to now? Were the things that I left my job for things that I found with this particular new job? And the answer to that question would definitely be yes. It would be yes and yes and yes. I might not be as consistent as I was last year on YouTube this year, and you might think I'm going through something. I'm not going through anything. I am just crazily busy at work. I'm crazily busy at work and I am completely enjoying it. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything at this particular moment of my life. So I love my job, and resigning from DOH, it was not a bad decision at all. I would do it again if I was given an opportunity to relive that moment. Handing in that resignation letter, it was my brother was here when I literally handed in my resignation letter. It was something that I had waited for almost 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, because I started being certain about me relocating to the coast right after July, from the time I came back on leave. I remember driving from the Eastern Cape to Northwest, and I was alone in my car, and I kept on asking myself one question: why the hell am I driving back to the interior of the country? Because I don't want to be in that place. My parents are not there, my daughter is not there, there is absolutely no one except my siblings that I want to be in NW4. You understand me? Like, I had no reason to drive back here. That's when I started to manifest my job, apply like a crazy woman. I think I want to take you guys through that, through how I got my job. And yeah, for now, let me end things here. It's fulfilling where I am. It is amazing and it is exciting. I wouldn't pick or choose to be anywhere else except where I am currently at. I'm happy with my salary, I'm happy with my working conditions, I'm happy with the challenges that I get, I'm happy with the new roles and the responsibilities that have been given to me. They are really allowing me to expand, allowing me to have experience in multiple sectors of nursing, because nursing is not just about seeing a client and dealing with patients and it ends there. There is a lot of things that I thought I knew when I was in DOH. Things I'm realizing right now that baby girl, that was just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm definitely in a field that I love with all my heart, a field that I've always known. It's something I would want to see myself doing in a long term. How long am I going to be in this place? I don't know, but I am yet to share a lot of things about my current job. I just wanted to let you guys know why I resigned from DOH. So if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a massive thumbs up and comment down below and let me know what are the reasons of you leaving a job that you once left. By the way, DOH job was my first job, so it was the first job I ever had to resign from. So let me know, what were the reasons you left your job? What are the reasons that makes you want to leave your job if you are thinking of leaving your job? And yeah, let's just interact in the comment section, and until then, I will see you guys on my next one. Mwah.